Hey everyone, today we are going to be doing a completely naked look. That kind of look where you wish your skin looked like this when you first woke up in the morning. So that's what we'll be doing today. So the face is completely clean and there is a touch of moisturizer. First thing I'm going to do is the base makeup. So I'm going to be taking a brush and a foundation. I'm going to be using a cream foundation and I'm going to be applying this very sparingly to the skin. This whole point of this is that the skin looks completely naked, but at your most beautiful, if that makes sense. So we want the skin to look like your own skin. And I'm just going to buff this into the skin. Now, if I need to use more product, I can, but really for this, I want to use truly the bare minimum. And even when I think that there's nothing else on the brush, I'm just going to keep buffing away. So you can see that the skin has been perfected now and there's barely anything on there, which means there's no texture on there either, which is the goal. The next thing I want to do is add a little touch of blusher. Now I can go overboard with blusher, but for this one, I'm going to be using this lovely stick and I'm going to apply this to the high points of my cheekbone, sides of the temple, a touch in the middle, and a little on the nose. I'm going to take the same brush and I'm just going to buff this into the skin and I'm buffing it in quite large motion because I want this to be a flush or a wash of color. I don't want this to be too angled or too contrived. So really big motions here, all over the nose, down the sides. It's just to add that kind of beautiful kind of touch of color. And I just love it. I love it. It's the most beautiful thing in the world, blusher, because it adds so much joy and light to the face. Now next is concealer. Now, if you've ever noticed babies' skin around the eyes, it's always so light and bright. So we're going to be doing the exact same thing. I'm going to take a concealer and I'm going to take a little bit onto a brush and then I'm going to apply it to this inner corner of the eye, right here in the inner corner. And then with my finger, I'm just going to gently just blend it and press it into this skin. And this just adds this really beautiful lightness to the skin and gives it that really beautiful quality. Now, any darkness that's kind of fading through, I'm just going to very lightly, with the concealer, just stipple it through that level of darkness. And then with my finger, just tap it. We don't want too much concealer on because this is a naked look. This is your skin, but better. Oh, I've just woke up in the morning. Look how gorgeous I look. That's what we're going for. So next we're going to deal with the eyebrows. So I'm just going to comb them through. Mine definitely need a trim and taking some of those hairs out, but we'll do that another time. So I'm just going to brush them up. All I want to do here is just really fill in the missing gaps, just where there could be a touch more color, just to give a bit more, just a touch more dimension to the brow without overfilling it and making it look harsh. So just light strokes, just where you're kind of missing hair. And just fill it in and then take the spoolie side and brush through it all. But just that, just a little bit can go a long way in just really kind of framing the face. I'm going to apply a touch of concealer just above the brow here because for me this area is quite red. So I just want to take that away. I'm just going to press it in with my fingers. Generally for the lips, especially for me doing videos, I like to leave them blank. But I'm going to take that same cheek product and I'm just going to tap it onto the lip, press them together. You just want a hint of colour here, nothing more. Okay, so next up, I'm going to curl the eyelashes and I'm going to hold this here for around about 30 seconds because I really want the eyelashes to have a good curl. Just give them a light squeeze and hold it in place. Now, before we move on to the mascara, I want to add a touch of powder. So I'm going to use a pressed powder and I'm just going to use this really just in the T-zone and very gently. I don't want there to be too much powder on the skin. I do need to ensure that this area isn't overly shiny. Next is mascara. Take your favorite mascara, then take a tissue and wipe off all the excess product. What we're trying to do here is really just gently tint the lash. So I'm just going to comb up very, very gently. Just so the eyes are framed, but without that intense kind of mascara effect. So now I need to be objective and look at my face and see if there's anything else I can do or need to do. Now for me, I personally think there needs to be just a touch more colour on top of the cheekbones. So I'm just going to blend a little bit more in a circular large motion just on this area, and whatever's left I'm just going to dot it across the nose and the temple just to add a touch more colour. Now to finish this look off, and this is lovely, I'm going to add just a touch of highlighter just to the top of the cheekbones, really subtly. So a touch of a cream highlighter, very, very gently, barely visible, just to the top of the cheekbone, just to pick up the light ever so slightly, but nothing too extreme. You could put this in other areas if you want, but we really are trying to just mimic natural skin. Another really nice use for it is to just, on the bottom lip, just take a fraction of product, truly a fraction, and hit the bottom lip right here. Then press it together and just lightly rub it in. This just catches the light and just looks really pretty. And that, my friends, is a full face of makeup that looks like nothing and would fool people into thinking that this is your real skin. This is your skin at your most beautiful. Nothing is standing out here. Your eyes are still framed. You filled in missing gaps in the brow. You've got colour in your skin and cheeks, and your complexion is more even. Frankly, what more could you ask for? It is pretty much about as perfect as it can be. You could, of course, add a wash of eyeshadow to your eyelids, but for this, I just wanted it to look like you at your very best. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. See you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.